The designs of next decade will be inspired by the thoughts of the present generation as far as the kids are concerned.
So where do kids fit in your overall marketing strategy as customers of the future or influencers today?
So yes, kids are definitely the influencers of tomorrow. But we don't call them influencers of tomorrow. In my sense, they more are like the drivers of tomorrow.
Right.
Why? Because these are the people who will graduate and they will be becoming the future drivers for our country, for our economy, and also for the automotives. But also in terms of the influences for today, as far as their parents and other buying decisions are concerned, they are largely responsible for changing the way the cars have been brought in India.
Right.
And take for example a very novel concept which we started last year, and I must say it was one of the first industry initiative which we did. You might have seen a lot of auto shows.
Right.
I mean, people talk of Geneva Motor Show, Paris Motor Show, Auto Expo in India,
February
but all those auto expos are designed for keeping the adults in mind.
Right.
So where does the kids fit in that geometry? So we launched something called as a Brilliant Kids Motor Show last year, and for that we invited the design ideas from the kids of around 5 years to 7 years. And I'm very happy to share in 1 month period we got more than 5,000 entries from the kids who had designed their future cars. What would they like to drive in the future? And it was so exciting to see that all those cars were full of ideas on safety and environmental consciousness. Out of those 5,000 entries, we shortlisted 8 entries and we made life-size replica of those cars.
Wow.
And then we displayed that car in a very premium mall in Delhi NCR. I must say that the designs of next decade will be inspired by the thoughts of the present generation as far as the kids are concerned.
Hyundai is positioned as modern premium, right? That is the positioning, and please do correct me if I am wrong. But how will this space change, or will it change as your sister company Kia enters this market, and they are also bringing some exciting products, and the market is expanding. In fact, this year you're seeing a lot of new brand entries.
Yes.
So how will that sort of change in terms of brand positioning, and where does sort of Hyundai stand today in the mind of the consumers?
I will give you a very aggressive statement. Right. And I've already said it in newspaper also long back, when we said that today Hyundai is no longer a car manufacturing company. I don't like to be called as a manufacturing company, because the concept of manufacturing is getting lost. What I want to say is that Hyundai is the future mobility service provider, a company which is talking of the future of mobility. And why I am saying is because today when we categorize the mobility solutions, we are largely talking of 3 buckets. We are talking of shared mobility, we are talking of connected mobility, and we are talking of clean mobility.
Right.
So shared mobility, instantly in big cities like Delhi and Mumbai, I think our investments in partners like Ola, Rev, and in other countries like Grab-on in Singapore, is our commitment to the concept of shared mobility going forward. So that's where my first bucket of mobility comes. The second bucket is the connected mobility.
Right.
So should your car be just as a car, or should your car be a connected car? And that's why in the month of May, when we launched the Hyundai Venue, we also unveiled our connectivity platform, the Hyundai Blue Link. And it will instantly be given to other products also.
It will be rolled out across
other portfolio. So that's the second portfolio of the connected mobility. And the third portfolio, which I just touched upon, is the clean mobility.
Right.
And I think with the coming up of Kona, the first electric car of India is a true SUV, fully electric car, I think we will be fulfilling our third bucket of the clean mobility also. So I think what I am saying is that we are going to be known as a mobility solution provider rather than being known as a car manufacturing company.
Digital, of course, is growing as a share of your marketing mix, and I'm sure that's happening across all brands.
Yeah.
And I'm sure branded content there is important. But where do you see the future? How are you using these mediums for the brand, for a deeper connect? Because these brands now allow two-way communication versus the previous marketing, TV or print, which is one way.
Yeah. So I can tell you, 2012 when we were present, in fact, our investment in digital marketing was hardly 1 to 2%.
Right.
Now it has already gone more than 10 times.
Right.
So my contribution to the digital marketing has increased by 10 times in the last 5-6 years. And why it has happened is because of the fact that millennials are there. we are consuming the data on the go. But at the same time, what is important is the content is becoming the king. So today you cannot really experiment the content on traditional platforms like TV and the newspaper. You have to look at something immersive, which a customer can watch at his own convenience. So, so to shorten it to say that unless and until the content is really very engrossing, people can spend times to watch it again and again. It should touch the heart, it should make them emotional, and it should give them the meaning of the life which they want to extract from the brand.
We also want to know about your lighter side. Tell us a little bit about Puneet Anand outside of the workplace, because that's so important for you to get your fresh ideas when you come back on Monday every week.
I would say that unless and until you don't keep yourself fresh 7 days a week, it is very difficult to survive. But obviously on the weekends, Puneet may be a very, very laid back kind of a person, but I am very, very enthusiastic as far as news is concerned. So my content largely is on my phone. So I am an avid social media follower. I love to drive. So weekends, normally we are always out of our home.
What do you drive?
I drive a Hyundai Elantra. Those are some of those things which I do. And yes, watching sports, cricket, all these are some of the pastimes which I do. But yes, reading is very, very important for me.